evening. Bonjour, mon cher Marc, mon cher ami. Soyez bienvenue. Ah, sorry.
It's fine. It's
okay.
You were
sorry.
President. Hello, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Without further ado, I will give the floor to President Costa. The 20th EU-Canada Summit just finished. President, the floor is yours.
Muchas gracias. Eh bien, soyez bienvenus à Bruxelles, à l'Union européenne.
To Brussels, at the European Union. It's always a pleasure to welcome a very special friend of ours, like the Canadian Prime Minister.
Much more than a symbolic milestone. It is a powerful political statement. The European Union and Canada are among the closest allies in the transatlantic space. We see the world through the similar lens, and we stand for the same values. We have always stood by each other, and we will continue to do so. Building upon these very solid foundations, we have agreed to forge even stronger bonds. With the support of the 27 member states, we will take our strategic relationship to an unprecedented level of closeness. That's why today marks a turning point in our history. First, on defense. We have just signed the European Union-Canada Security Defense Partnership. It is a reflection of our mutual commitment to peace, transatlantic security, and deeper cooperation in building defense capabilities. It opens new opportunities for companies on both sides of the Atlantic. While NATO remains the cornerstone of our collective defense, this partnership will allow us to strengthen our preparedness faster and better, to invest more and to invest smarter. On the economic front, we agreed to expand our trade flows and promote our economic security. Thanks to the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, since 2017, bilateral trades in goods and services has surged by 71%, demonstrating the tangible benefits of our free trade agreement for citizens and business alike. CETA belongs to a new generation of trade deals. It protects workers, preserves the environment, and safeguards our trademarks. Now, we are working on expanding this relationship and broadening our cooperation. Our new joint agenda will allow us to work more closely in the fields of digital trade, energy security, labor mobility, and the supply of critical raw materials. We will join forces in the global race for artificial intelligence and other breakthrough technologies. And we will also foster people-to-people ties and promote exchanges in education and innovation, while firmly defending academic freedom. Together, we will fight climate change.
Oh, no. No.
Global problems require global collaboration, and the European Union and Canada can rely on each other. Our prosperity is interlinked, and together we are stronger. This summit could not be more timely. After the G7 in Kananaskis, the day before NATO summit, and the week of the European Council will discuss Europe in the world. Together, we continue to uphold the values that unite us. At a time when the rules-based international order is under pressure, when multilateralism is under attack, the European Union and Canada stand out as responsible, predictable, and reliable partners. Thank you.
At our last summit, it was an honor to visit St. John's, Newfoundland, which has a very special place in my heart, because this is the place where my husband landed at the 9/11 attacks. And it was a time where my husband and later on me, we felt the warmth and the hospitality of the people of Newfoundland firsthand. Now, dear Mark, I've seen the beauty of Alberta in Kananaskis. You have indeed a vast country, and I'm happy to see more of it. Same goes for you, Antonio. So we'll be back, and we're very curious to see where you will lead us to, perhaps to the Arctic, which is so important to both of us, and where we have been so clear about the EU support to our Greenlandic partners. Dear Mark, you took the helm of the G7 presidency in challenging times, and you delivered. You brought countries together at a moment when unity is more vital than ever. You helped bring focus to pressing issues, encouraged frank exchange, and you said at this moment, we have to turn the many challenges into change. That is what we are doing today as we meet here in Brussels. As the saying goes, hard times reveal true friends. In these challenging times, we're taking huge steps forward to deepen our strategic partnership. And let me start with defense. Canada and the European Union have been working closely on this for years, both bilaterally and in NATO. Canada has been leading NATO's enhanced forward presence in Latvia since 2014.
This is the worst!
You're making Europe's eastern flank stronger and safer. And today we're stepping up our cooperation. As you said, we signed a security and defense partnership. It will strengthen Canada's role in Europe's rapidly evolving defense architecture. And it's just the beginning. We will now swiftly launch talks on Canada's access to a joint military procurement instrument. We call it SAFE. It's 150 billion euros. And together we will define where our cooperation can have the most value added and where we should channel joint investments. It will be good for our industries, it will be good for our people, and it will be good for the transatlantic security too. And of course it will be good for our continued support to Ukraine, because the more we invest in the highly innovative Ukrainian industry, the more the industry will be capable and the better Ukraine can defend itself. Dear Mark, Canada has shown incredible generosity to Ukraine, training almost 45,000 troops, welcoming the refugees. Today, Ukraine needs our support more than ever, and you made it clear in Kananaskis last week. We are determined to explore further sanctions to maximize pressure on Russia to come to the negotiation table. So far, the European Union and its member states have mobilized almost 150 billion euros. The friends of Ukraine, all of us, we must now plan for more support for 2026 and beyond. And of course, our focus is turned to the Ukrainian Recovery Conference in Rome in July. And as a key member of our donor platform, Canada is contributing significant financial support to Ukraine, crucial assistance for reconstruction projects, as well as invaluable technical assistance. In Kananaskis, we also discussed the importance of open, stable, and free trade among partners. It's a powerful foundation of our prosperity. CETA is our shared success story that illustrates this perfectly. And indeed, Antonio, you mentioned the 17% increase in trade since 2017 in numbers. It is, in 2023 alone, total trade reached an impressive 123 billion euros. And thanks to CETA, the EU's GDP grew by 3.2 billion, while Canada sees a 1.3 billion euro boost each year.
Right.
So CETA stands as a strong symbol of the power of free and fair trade. I must say 98% of our tariffs line are zero. I repeat it, zero. We know that the ratification process is still ongoing, but we are committed to get this done. That brings me to our economic security. Critical raw materials are at the heart of this effort. Canada is uniquely positioned with your unique resources. 90% of your mineral output is exported. That is music in our ears. And the European Union is, of course, proud to be the second largest customer. We want to deepen our cooperation with Canada by reinforcing our strategic partnership on raw materials, but our ambition goes far beyond that. That's why I'm pleased that we've agreed to launch the EU-Canada Industrial Policy Dialogue. That is a forum that will provide an opportunity for business leaders, government ministers and commissioners from the European Commission to meet so that they can explore first-hand ways to strengthen our transatlantic supply chains in critical sectors, for example, sectors like clean technologies. Finally, a word on tech and innovation. We're home to world-class talent on both sides of the Atlantic. They are already working via Horizon Europe, the world's largest innovation program, but we can and we must do more to stay ahead in the global tech race, especially in digital. Building on CETA's success, I'm pleased that we've now agreed to launch work towards a digital trade agreement. On top of this, I think we should deepen our research cooperation in strategic technologies like quantum. Let's connect our supercomputers. We also want to explore Canada's participation in our AI Factory initiative. And just as in defense, we should align our standards. That means working towards mutual recognition of certifications for AI products, cybersecurity, and beyond. Later this year, we will hold the first EU-Canada Digital Partnership Council. It will give us the opportunity to go further. Dear Mark, thank you again for this great and productive summit. It's not over. We still have the dinner. This is the beginning of a new chapter in a long-standing friendship between Europe and Canada.
Thank you very much, Madame la Présidente, dear Ursula. Thank you, Monsieur le Président, dear Antonio. Be careful what you wish for. The location of the next summit, you mentioned the Arctic, where I'm from. Last time the European Union was at a summit in the Arctic, it was in Iqaluit in February, which was a G7 summit. I remember it vividly. And I remember this. It was the start of the sovereign debt crisis that affected a number of countries in the world. Okay. Think about the difference between then and now. Think about the institutional changes in Europe. Think about what's happening in the world now in terms of the threats financially, the threats geopolitically, and the stability and the resilience of the European Union. And the fact that the European Union is looking to build positively. We're honored that part of this building is with Canada. But it shows how much has changed and how much changed when you stay true to your values and stay focused. Alors, en ce qui concerne la valeur et le mandat du nouveau gouvernement canadien.
As for the Canadian government's mandate and values, we have a strong mandate which consists in diversifying and strengthening our international partnerships.
Nouveaux moyens de coopération et de connexion.
To find new ways of cooperating and connecting to achieve security, prosperity and stability both in Canada and abroad. And that, of course, includes Ukraine. To discharge that mandate, we are turning first to our most reliable allies, those who share our values of democracy, liberty and sovereignty.
As you just said, in hard times, we might say even a hinge moment of history, a world that's more dangerous and divided, a time where the rules-based international, the global order, rules-based global order is under threat, in a time when technological change is accelerating. And we really have two choices as a jurisdiction, as a country in this circumstance. We can nostalgically look back and long for the old order to somehow return, or we can build a new one with purpose.
No. Wait.
And partnership. And as the most European of the non-European countries, Canada looks first to the European Union to build a better world. And that's what today is about. It's about building on our triple alignment of values, of interests, and of trust built over the years. And so today, this is a new era of cooperation. Our strategic Canada-EU or EU-Canada strategic partnership for the future will build a new and deeper relationship that brings us closer together, from defense to digital, from supply chains to security. We're launching comprehensive negotiations across multiple areas of cooperation, connection, trade, security, digital, climate. And this will make us both more resilient and more prosperous. In many respects, what we're committing to, from our perspective, Canada's perspective, is an ongoing process to an ever closer partnership that will bring our people closer together. Ensemble, Canada et l'Union européenne pourront créer davantage.
Together, Canada and the EU can create more opportunities for industry and workers through more frequent exchanges and better harmonization in regulations. We can be more competitive through stronger and more strategic supply chains, and we will fight climate change and build strong economies through stronger cooperation in our customs tariffing systems.
And our values to secure our sovereignty and protect our allies. And to these ends, we will be in The Hague tomorrow with new commitments, significant commitments to our own and our mutual defense, meeting our NATO targets, further accelerating investments in coming years, but doing so, the EU and Canada, with this new security and defense partnership, which provides for this increased cooperation across the full spectrum of security. It will help us deliver on our new requirements for capabilities more rapidly and more effectively. It will help build our industries, secure our jurisdictions.